Alright, here she is. Okay. Here is Dear Baby SODMG. Okay. Um, this is her Twitter page that I'm on. What is her URL that I'll put for her Twitter? I don't want my own Twitter. Let me give her put it on hers. So here we go. Go ahead and put the URL in right there like that. Okay. Then we hit OK. All right. And that's basically it. If you really want to, you can go to her MySpace page as well. Okay. It's private, but we'll come back to that. I could have got the URL from there. Yeah. And put the same MySpace URL, but I think that's basically what that's basically what the div layout's for. So don't worry about that. So basically this is it. Okay. Everything is sliced. The buttons are done. You even got a URL link in there. So basically show you how to get that set up. So what I would do is I'll go to File, because I'm done with everything, and I go to Save for Web. Okay. Now Save for Web is what I'm gonna go to make sure that Photoshop knows that I want to slice all these images instead of, because this basically I just made the outline for it, but it's not actually sliced just yet. So I just exit out of it. It's not going to be on my computer saying that it's sliced. It's just going to be gone. And I actually have to slice. I would actually have to do it over again. So now here is the other images. Okay, you can click on each of them. You see what I mean? Like these right here. This is actually the slice, the invisible slices. Let me cancel that and show you what I was talking about. Here are the slices. All right. And if you click on this and you hold it and you go to slice select tool, and you will show up these things. And this show auto slices are these right here, the ones that are in gray. Those are the ones that I didn't actually do, but that the computer did for me. Because to get the other pages, to get the other links, other images in there. Now, if I don't really like seeing them, so that's why I always hide mine. But if you want to show them, that's fine too. Then go back to Save for Web, and this will show up. Okay, and then just wait for it. And then I like this is where some people don't do this, with JPEG. Of course, GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it, that's used for motion images. I don't know why anybody else use it for anything else, but some people might. But I save all my images. Excuse me, it's moving by itself. All my images as PNG 24. Okay, so if PNG 24 actually lets me come back if I need to change that image. Like if I want to come back and change this image, I don't like it, right? So I want to come back and change this. Then it actually let me go back into it, and it won't lock the layer. If I do it as PNG 8, it'll lock my layer. So if I want to check out all of these, I click on this hand and I just grab it, click and drag. Okay, and I want to click this and select everything. Make sure it's selected. Make sure they're all PNG. Sometimes, depending on if you have previous work, say you had a GIF or a GIF file, and you come back here and it's all GIF. It's gonna take you some time, but it's gonna be, you can fix it with no problem. Just go back and you click on each slicing, and you go back here. You go to click on PNG 24, then go back here. Make sure that they all show up as PNG 24. I think mine are all gonna be the same, so I won't go too much into that. So. Alright, and then now all we do is I usually, of course, save it. Okay, and then it'll bring me up another window. Now this is for another client. Let's go to the folder where this file, this PSD file is in. Now since this is a tutorial, I will just leave it in here. I don't know if I'll leave it in there. Yeah, let's leave it in there. Alright, so then what I would do, make sure you always save the type. Save as type as HTML and images. You don't want it to just be HTML only or images only, but make sure you do is HTML and images, so that way you get both. Alright, so then I usually right click and I make a new folder, This is just for me. You don't have to do this, but it works for me because I like seeing some organization going on my computer. I don't really like stuff all over the place. I get confused and I lose shit, or excuse me, I lose things. So just try to do how it makes it's better for you. But this is just something that I do for myself, so that way I can know where all my stuff is at. So what I would do is I would say for Claudicia's. That's actually her name. I will not try to attempt to pronounce that. I'm guessing it's Claudia, but we're not gonna get into technicalities about it. Um, she's actually a good friend of mine, so I haven't talked to her on the phone. I already talked to her on Twitter. Okay, so let's do 4 web, and I'll just say 1 because sometimes I might have to go back and do it again. So I might have to do, web for 2, and I just like keeping my processes on the same computer. I don't like deleting stuff because I might need whatever I deleted later on. So then you can just hit enter, and it's gonna bring you into this folder. You see, it brought you into the folder that I just created. Okay, and then we're just gonna go HTML and font and images and save. I was gonna save them all, and you see it's loading right here, and then that's it. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to minimize this. Alright, we don't need it right now, but just minimize it for now. Alright, you don't even need Photoshop right now, because what we're gonna do is we are going to get into the coding process. Okay, let's see, where's the folder at? Alright, I actually like this background. Alright, you're gonna go wherever it's at. Let me see some tutorials. Oh, okay. Then you go wherever it's at. Then you click on that, and now what we're gonna do is what I like to do again is just for me to just keep everything together, and so that way if I make a mistake I can always go back to the original. I actually like to copy this, so I just copy by Control C, Control V. This basically gives me another copy. So I like to keep my original and the one I'm actually gonna edit. That way it's easy for me to come back to the original one if I made a mistake or if I cut something out by accident. So that way I saw the original. So click on this one and you will see here's our image. See, everything is coming out. If you take this and drag it, it'll bring up the top one. Take this and drag it to bring out that one. Alright, so basically everything is done. Alright. Now what you can do to get this the way to get this coded like you've been wanting it to be coded, like this one. You see the Twitter, you see the Twitter link it works. But the only thing with this, which is why I don't too much do the URLs inside of Photoshop, is because it'll automatically go straight to the page. Like, I don't like that. I like for my, and not all, unfortunately not all types of div layouts where you can actually click on them and then actually open up another window. But sometimes they'll just, go to the next, use that same window. So what I'm going to do is going to go here and I'm going to right click because I want to edit it. So I'm going to open it up with Notepad. Okay. And it's going to give me, see, it gives me all